Welcome to yoga. Today we are going to do shoulders, chest. We're going to open up this whole area and we're going to do a little bit of core as well. So let's get started. We're going to lay down and we're going to lay down on a cushion or a bolster or a soft block or a rolled up towel. It doesn't really matter what you've got, but place it down, lay yourself down on it. And it's kind of going to go about mid-back so that your shoulders can just drop back onto the mat and your chest can be super open. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for. If you're sensitive in the lower back, then take the feet as wide as the mat and the knees can drop in. If you are absolutely fine, as you are, extend the legs away. All right, and we're just going to start off in this position. Set yourself up, get comfortable. You'll know that because you'll stop fidgeting. And just take a moment just to simply settle into this space. Allowing the breath to calm. Maybe the eyes are closed. Just breathing in, breathing out. Just to find your natural pattern. Hopefully by now you've found a place where you can rest in. As we begin to turn our gaze away from the wider world and all of the distractions that come with it, and we start to turn the gaze inward towards you. This is your moment in time. You deserve this. You have worked all day, all week, all month for this, and this is now your time. I'm going to start with some even breathing. So if my pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. I'm going to take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The breath returns to its usual pattern. Embrace the heaviness on the mat, the openness across the chest. And maybe set yourself an intention for the practice that you are just starting. Slowly begin to remove the cushion that is underneath you and place it to just one side. Extend the legs away and then take the hips over to the right hand side of the mat and the feet and the hands over towards the left. Find yourself a blown palm on your mat. Take a moment with the ankles side by side. Really thinking about driving that right hip down, finding openness through that right side body. And then allowing those nice deep inhales to open up the rib cage on that right side. And the exhales, allow yourself to just shrink again. If you've got a little bit more space, a little bit more to give, maybe that right ankle can cross over the left, drawing that right hip down just a little bit further into the mat. Maybe the left hand takes the right wrist, just bringing that arm over just a little bit more, finding a stretch through that right shoulder. Sitting here with the breath in and the breath out. No rush. And simply being with the breath. Going to release the wrist, uncross the ankles, bring the body back to the center line. From here, bring the knees up so they're stacked over the top of the hips. Legs are at right angles. Take the hands to the knees. Take a moment just to push the lower back down into the mat and engage through the core. Draw up those pelvic floors and then take the knees wide. Push the knees away. Draw them together and bring them back in. Just making circles through the hips. The further away those feet go from the body, the more your core is going to have to work. So you take the challenge that suits you. Okay, we're going to switch it out this time around. The knees push away, take them wide and draw them back in, moving in the opposite direction. And then pausing, take the feet flat, extend the arms away, and then drop those knees over towards the right side, maybe using a block or a cushion to bring the floor to you. And then take the gaze over those left fingertips. Bringing the knees to center, gaze to center. I'm going to take the knees over to the left as the gaze comes over towards the right fingertips. And then gaze to center, knees to center. I'm going to move those feet away from us. I'm going to take the hips over to the left and the feet and the wrists go over towards the right. Start with the ankles side by side and just focus in on those hips being level and that left hip just moving into the mat to find that really nice side body stretch through the left side. Left shoulder is going to be back and away from the ear. And just focus in on the breath here as we take those inhales. We feel the ribs beginning to open up. The exhales, the ribs beginning to close off. And then if you have a little bit more space here, that left ankle can cross over the right. Seeing if you can move that left hip down into the mat just a little bit more. And then that right hand might take hold of the left wrist. Just a gentle encouragement of the arm coming over the top. And then releasing the ankle, releasing the wrist, coming back to your center. From here, we're going to just bring those knees back up to right angles and then take the hands to the hips. We're going to extend the right leg away, bring it in towards you back to the right angle, and then extend the left leg away. Working into the core, lower back, pushing down into the mat. Taking one leg at a time. If you feel really secure through the core and there's no issues in the lower back, you could try both legs in one go, but you need to be really mindful that that lower back is anchored to the mat. So if you feel just for a moment that your form has failed you, then go back to single legs. And then we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet can come flat. Just going to windscreen wiper those knees from side to side. Just releasing any tension gathered in the lower back. But if you need to do something different, then you do something different. Okay. From here, we're going to rock and roll the spine. That one felt really hard to get higher. Apparently I'm anchored back. And then cross the ankles, come into a table position. Okay, I'm going to push down through the hands, separate through the shoulders. Find that really nice stretch across the shoulders. You take the gaze down towards the knees. Sink back into a child's pose. Take a moment here with the hands stretched out in front of you, stretching across the shoulder space. We bend through the elbows, bring that chest down nice and low. Find yourself in a cobra as you bring the chest forward. Thinking belly button lifting towards the top of the mat. Come all the way back down. We're going to push back into our table. Let's go again. Push down the hands, find that separation through the shoulders. Take the gaze between the hands. Sink back into a child's pose. Find that really nice stretch through the shoulders. Think about the bottom or sit bones moving right towards the back of the room. Find that stretch through the lower back. And then elbows bend, bring the chin down, the chest down, come all the way down. Push through the hands. It can be a slight movement. You can come up a little bit higher, but find space through the front body. Belly button lifting forward, squeezing the glutes, hips push down, lowering back down, push back, find your table. We'll go one more time. Hands push down, separating the shoulder blades. Find that really nice stretch. Gaze down, nice long neck. Bring the bottom back towards the heels. Push down through the fingertips. Get the bottom back. Find that stretch. And then chins down. Elbows are down. Sorry, chin down, chest down. Come all the way down. From here, we're going to just hover the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to take an inhale. Just gently lift through the front body. Glutes are pushing, squeezing, sorry, hips are pushing, and then we lower. Take an inhale, we gently hover those hands, thinking about elbows moving towards the back of the room, and then lower. We take an inhale, we lift front body moves forward. If you want to bring the feet in at this point, you can start to just lift those toes, squeeze the glutes. And then lower. Make a pillow with the hands, rest the right ear down, and then windscreen wiper those feet from side to side. Switch ears, take the left ear down. Windscreen wiping those legs side to side. And then bringing the gaze down. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes and engage the core. We're going to come up through plank in 3, 2, and 1. Option to keep the knees down if you'd like. Find your plank, whatever that might look like. Push through the heels. We're going to think about the backs of the knees rising up to the ceiling. Glutes are strong, the core is strong. Imagine the belly button lifting towards the top of the mat. Hands pushed down, find strength and space through the shoulders. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take the knees nice and wide. Bring yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose. Sinking the bottom back to the heels. Spider up those fingertips to push back to get a little bit more weight through the heels. Sink the chest down, space around the shoulders. Forehead down, nice long neck. Going to move our body weight forward, bring the knees under the hips, find your table. From here, we're going to take that right hand to the outside of the head or by the ear. We're going to bring that right elbow high, take the gaze up, and right elbow comes across to the left and then opens out for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Lift the right arm, reach high, take a gaze towards the ceiling or wherever is comfortable. And then from here, we're going to take that right hand, slide it underneath the left, rest on top of that right shoulder. Bottom is stacked over the top of the knees. Left hand can extend away, maybe spider up the fingertips, lifting the palm, nice stretch through the shoulders. And if you have space and you fancy it, you can extend that left leg away, push through the heel, keep the hips nice and level, try not to roll over into the right side. Hanging out here, breathing here. Let's draw that left knee in, bring that left hand down and push down. Right hand comes out. Let's reset. We'll go on the other side. Left hand to the back of the head. Draw that elbow towards the right elbow and open for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the left arm, gaze high. And then slide that left arm underneath the right. Rest on that left shoulder. Bottom stacked over the knees. Right hand extends away. Maybe spider up those fingertips. And then if you'd like to extend the right leg away, push through that right heel. Keep those hips nice and level. Right knee comes in, right hand comes in, push down through the hand. Lovely. All right, from here, let's extend that right leg away, push through the heel. Left hand can come alongside the ear. We're going to make little circles with the hand and the heel. Let's see if we can just keep them tiny to start with. Maybe getting a little bit bigger each time. And now taking it in the other direction. Seeing if my coordination can cope with that change. Okay, and we pause nice and still. Bring the elbow to knee and away for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes down, knee comes down. From here, we're going to extend that left leg away, push through the heel. Right arm comes away from you. We start making those little circles with the hand, with the heel. And drawing that right shoulder back in. And now taking it in the other direction. I find that change really challenges me. Okay, then pausing nice and still. Elbow to knee, crunch it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes down, feet come more, heel, knee comes down. Lovely. Let's tuck the toes, bring the chest to thighs, and then send the bottom up. Find yourself in your down dog as you pedal those heels out. Really wiggle through the bottom. Release any tension from that lower back. Pausing there. Sink the heels down. Take a deep bend into the knees. Shine the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Hands push down. Elbow creases looking at one another. Wrap those triceps round. Nice long spine, the longest spine you can find. We're going to take the right leg high, reach it towards the ceiling and keep those hips nice and level. Bring the knee towards the nose and away for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to step that right foot through the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the toes, bring the hands towards the ceiling. Bring those pinky fingers in and draw the shoulders away and back down. Take a moment here to breathe those hips forward. Find that deep stretch through the hip flexor on the left side. Take the gaze towards the ceiling if that feels good. We're going to come into a twist as we take that left hand to the outer right thigh. Draw the ribs around. Use that right hand on the back of the left thigh for a little bit of leverage to draw the ribs round further, to take the gaze over the right shoulder or towards the side wall, wherever you end up. And then we're going to shift the weight over that left knee. Take the toes on the right side to the ceiling. Use a block for some support if you need to on that left side. And then hinging from the hips, we're going to draw that right hip into the body and begin to fold over the top of that right leg. Chin towards the top of the mat. Nice long spine as long as you can. Moving the belly out of the way, taking a fold here. Bringing that right foot flat. From here, we're going to take the hands down, tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Take a moment just to move through that hip space. We're going to take the right foot back to the left, pedal those heels out, wiggle through the bottom, release tension in that lower back. Take a moment and then take a nice deep bend into the knees, chest to thighs, lengthen that spine, find space around the shoulders. We're going to take the left leg high this time, hips nice and level. I'm going to bring knee to nose and away for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left foot through the hands this time. Back knee comes down, untuck the toes. I'm going to bring the hands to the ceiling. Roll in those pinky fingers and then draw the shoulders back into position. Allow those hips to move forward and down. Find lots of space through that front body so that we're not crunching into that lower back, and then take the gaze to the ceiling. And then we're going to take a twist to the left. Take that right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Draw the ribs around. Left hand can fall behind you for a little bit more leverage. Think about inhaling and lengthening through the crown of the head, and then find the space to draw those ribs around. Using those exhales to move where the air once was. And then all the way back through center. I'm going to shift the weight over that right knee. Use a block for some stability if you need to. Take the toes on the left side to the ceiling. Hips nice and level. Fold from the hips. Take the chin towards the top of the mat. Lengthening, find space through that spine. And then flatten off that left foot. From here, we're going to take the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, and then just move through the hip space with the security of knowing those hands are down and you're not going to go anywhere. Okay, let's keep the hands down. We're going to take the left foot back to join the right, find a plank. Take a moment here. If you need to bring the knees down, then do. You're going to just find a nice strong form here, drawing that belly button towards the top of the mat, pushing through the hands, separate through the shoulder blades, the heels moving towards the back of the room, glutes are strong. We're going to inhale, weight comes forward, elbows come close to the body, lower down, untuck the toes. From here, we're going to take the hands just lightly underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale, just peel the chest and the hands up off of the mat. Think about the elbows pushing back towards the back of the room. And then we lower down. We take an inhale, we peel the feet off of the mat whilst we peel the shoulders off of the mat. And then we exhale. One last time as we take that inhale, we're going to lift. And we're going to hold it here, but we're going to keep breathing. And then lowering down. We're going to use that right hand underneath the face, push down through the forearm, And then we're going to bring that left foot in towards the body. Just take the shoelace side of that foot, push the hips down, squeezing the glutes. Find that quad stretch here. Find space through the front body by drawing the belly button towards the top of the mat. And releasing, switch the hands out, left hand under the face. We're going to bring that right foot in towards the bottom this time. Take the shoelace side, roll that shoulder back, find some space. Again, we're looking to move the sternum towards the top of the mat. And then release. From here, just bring the hands down, make a little pillow, rest your forehead down, windscreen wiper those legs from side to side. Okay. From here, we're going to use those hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, elbows to the back of the room. You know where we're going. With a nice strong core, up to you if you want to keep the knees down, but we're going to come up through plank. In 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Nice and strong. We'll hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the knees as wide as the mat. Sink back into a wide-legged child's pose. Bringing the bottom towards the heels. Push down through the fingertips. Find a stretch through the shoulders. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right side. Take that left hand, place it on the right. Drop into that left shoulder slightly. And then walk the hands through center, over to the left-hand side. Right hand places on top of the left. Drop into that right shoulder ever so slightly. And then making your way through center. We're going to come up into all fours. Just take that left knee, cross it over the top of the right, and sit back in towards the heels. You can move the hands over slightly just to push down through the hands so you can get a little bit of weight further back and find that deep stretch into the glutes and into the IT band. And then come forward. Let's get back into our table. This time round, right leg crosses over the top of the left. Push back those hands push down into the mat to push the bottom back towards the heels. And then coming all the way back round. We're going to bring the bottom down. We're going to bring the feet out in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. You know where we're going. Sitting up tall, we're going to just float the legs. We're going to bring the chest to the thighs. And we're going to just stay here for a moment or two. Let's extend the arms away. Bring the chest a little bit closer towards the thighs. Okay. We're going to do some Russian twists just for fun. We're going to take the hands over to the left, bringing that length through the spine as we twist, keeping the thighs close to the chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands alongside the legs, holding it there. We're going to take the right foot down, switch it for the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the legs, bring the chest closer to the thighs. We'll do doubles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float the boat. Let's hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Bring the chest closer to thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back onto your mat. Take a moment just to make little circles on that lower back. Allow the body to rest and recover. This is your opportunity to do any movements that you might need to, just to reset, to decompress. Really do tune into your body and see what it needs from you right now. What I'm doing might not suit you. You might need something different. And then when you're ready, find a place where you can rest for your spinal savasana. I would invite you to finish class the way we started today. So if you want to pop a cushion underneath you to really open up that chest as you rest, then that is a really nice way to close the class off. But you might not want to do that. It's entirely up to you. But take a moment to lay down. Begin to find that resting place you're happy to stay in for a moment or two as we begin to close out class today. So today is going to be all about gratitude. Finding that comfortable position for you, removing all distractions. And then once you're ready, just closing off the eyes. Turn the gaze inwards, focusing solely on you. All distractions melt away, and it is only you that remains. Feel grounded through all the contact points of your mat. Notice the fabric supporting you as your body feels heavier and heavier with every inhale and every exhale. Today we will be exploring gratitude. Start to pay attention to your breath, taking mindful breaths in through your nose and then releasing that breath through your mouth. Breathe in for a count of 4, out for a count of 4, or find the rhythm that suits you. Start to think about how lucky you are. Ask yourself the question, what are you grateful for? Maybe you can name 3 things to focus your attention in on. As you inhale, allow yourself to clearly see what you are thankful for. And if your mind starts to wander, it's okay. Observe them, don't judge them. Just allow that attention to focus back in on your breath and those things that you are grateful for. Keep breathing. All you need to do right now is breathe in, breathe out, and be thankful that you are here in this moment right now. Notice how practicing mindfulness and gratitude can help you feel lighter, happier. Perspective changes. You breathe in and you breathe out. When you are ready, I'm going to start to bring our attention to the wider world, beginning to notice some sounds around you, maybe some smells, starting to move your fingertips and your toes, slowly awakening the body, maybe a little rock from side to side to gently encourage just a little bit of movement. I hope that you can take a moment to revisit your intention from the beginning of class today. And then take that feeling of gratitude into the rest of your day. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly make your way back up towards a seating position, and I will be there.